But we've got a price here of 102,345 Canadian for a 2026 Cadillac LYRIQ V. The exterior carbon fiber package is going to add a total $7,125. On the bumper, we get a carbon fiber splitter, which I think looks really good. Seat adjustments here with massaging and lumbar. You get memory seating, which I really enjoy here on the passenger side. And then we've got heated and ventilated seats. All right, everybody, got a really cool SUV here. 2026 Cadillac LYRIQ V in Argent Silver Metallic. And I gotta say, I love this color. It helps break up a lot of the black around the vehicle, which I think is a really nice touch. So we'll start with some specs here. So you get about 615 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque with a all-wheel drive dual motor system. 102 kilowatt hour battery with 285 miles of range, which is about 450 kilometers. 0 to 60 happens in about 3.3 seconds with the Velocity Max mode. And the nice thing is you get basically an adaptive suspension, Brembo brakes, and a really nice kind of lowered stance with, you know, I think 22-inch wheels, which we'll go over. So overall, I think it's a really nice vehicle. This was Cadillac's first attempt at an electric SUV, and it's stunning. So let's start right here at the front. We've got really nice LED daytime running lights with LED lights. And as we carry over the middle here, we've got this grille that lights up all around. This here is the Cadillac symbol that is also lit up. You get a camera down below. And then as we carry down below also, on the bumper, we get a carbon fiber splitter, which I think looks really good. And like I was saying, the silver helps break up a lot of the black here around the car, which I think, you know, if you're gonna get a white, silver, gray maybe, it'll help kind of break up that black, like I was saying, around it. This here is actually your turn signal. Now, since we are also at the front here, I want to show you guys what the light show looks like when you click the unlock button. And I'll start right here in the middle. Lights up, lights carry around, and then they come down. So really, really cool when you are looking for your vehicle. Honestly, like, just looking at this car, I think it's a beautiful looking, luxurious vehicle, you know, if you're looking for a 5-seater SUV. So that's really here at the front, guys. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over that. There is no frunk here on these Cadillacs. The only frunk you get on a Cadillac SUV is the Escalade IQ. So let's take a look underneath here. So underneath the hood here of the LYRIQ V, as we can see, there is no frunk. Underneath this middle plastic piece are, you know, computers and some other stuff that you probably wouldn't want to play around with. We can see we've got your washer fluid there on the passenger side. And then this here, we've got a firefighter helmet here. So when we open this up, there's a cable underneath here that looks like you would cut it if you were a firefighter, if there was probably, you know, a malfunction or if the car was catching fire. So no frunk here, like I was saying, but that's it underneath the hood here. Let's take a look around the LYRIQ V and go over its options. So taking a look around the LYRIQ V, we'll start with the tire and wheel setup. So we are sitting on a 22-inch wheel. Tire size is 275/40 R22, and we are on Continental tires. We've got a really nice gray metallic wheel color, and I really like the overall design. We've got that Cadillac logo right there in the middle on the center cap. Cadillac Brembo brakes there, and then we get the V logo there on the wheel. So overall, I think the wheel designs look really good. You also get a carpeted liner inside the fender. Over here on the side, we've got the Cadillac logo there. Then we get a black mirror cap here with the camera underneath. And I'll try to give you guys a side profile here in the showroom with the LYRIQ. So I think it looks really good. It's not too big. You know, it only is a 5-seater, but I do think the overall design of it looks, to be honest, very, very beautiful. We get a V logo there on the bottom of the passenger door panel. We've got some nice black trim, as we can see, but we also get some nice carbon fiber. So right here, we've got a nice carbon fiber there, right below that door sill on the rocker, which I think is a really nice touch to add, especially when you're, you know, getting the V trim on the LYRIQ. Now we'll carry inside here. We've got speakers here up on the headrest on both sides. And then as we carry, we get a nice black interior with soft touch all below, nice and plush, white stitching. Now your seat adjustments aren't on the seat themselves, they're actually on the door. We've got a nice lit up V logo there on the door sill. And this is what the dash looks like, so it's very open. I really like these, you know, vent controls. Kind of reminds me of the old Cadillac style cars, and I really like that sound. that clicking sound. I think it's really nice. And then you get a glove box underneath. Over here on the door panel, we've got your seat adjustments here with massaging and lumbar. You got memory seating, which I really enjoy here on the passenger side. And then we've got heated and ventilated seats. Down here, we've got your window and lock controls, door open, and then we've got this beautiful AKG speaker there. But the door panel itself looks really good, and it's very nice and plush. Now as we carry over to the back, we'll start here with the door panel. Same type of design and materials used. Nice wood trim there, speaker here, window controls with lock and unlock, and then your door opener. And then here inside, we've got that same type of material, all nice and plush, white stitching and black. And then inside here, we'll just hop in for a second. We've got heated seats. We got climate control back here. Then we've got a plug with 2 USB-C plugs as well, but very nice. And then this is what the front dash looks like from the back side of things. So I think it's really nice. And then you also get this massive moonroof, but it does not open, it's only fixed. But you can shut the sunshade wherever you kind of need it for the passengers back here. So overall, I do have to say it is really nice back here. And at the back of this seat, I think it looks nice. You know, you get some pockets down here as well with some nice white stitching. And then we'll close that up. And then here is a look at that back tire and wheel setup. So you get a smaller caliper here, same type of wheel design, and you are on the same type of tire. So Continental with 275/40 R22s, as we can see there, with a carpeted liner. Now another thing that I like from a side profile view of the car is you get this really nice tail light that carries through on the side of the vehicle. So that's it for a side profile view, guys. Let's take a look at the back and go over its options. So in the back here of the Cadillac LYRIQ V, we'll start right here in the middle. We can see we've got the Cadillac logo there. We've got a camera here for your rear vision camera, so on your mirror inside. And then we've got a camera underneath here. We've got LYRIQ on the left, V on the right, and then these are your tail lights here. So I think they look really nice. Down below, we've got your parking sensors, but as we can see here, we got some carbon fiber here on the diffuser, which I think is a really nice touch to add, and it looks really good. I think if you get the silver or like those light colors, these types of things are gonna make the car pop a little bit more than just having the black. Now, as we can see here, we do not have a rear wiper. We do get a little bit of a spoiler, as we can see kind of through here. This is also your third brake light. But I like the fact they did not put, just a wiper here. I don't think it would look as clean back here. I mean, I know it'll serve a purpose. You're probably not going to clean everything back here without a wiper, but, I might sacrifice having, a wiper to make it look a lot more cleaner back here. We can see here we also have some more tail lights. And this is also what the light show looks like at the back of the vehicle. So really, really cool that they do that. Now to open up the back here, all we do is push the bottom of the Cadillac logo and it will open up. So back here, we do get a decent amount of room, I do have to say. You are compromised a little bit here because it does have a sloped back area. But over here on this side, we can put the seats down. We can't bring them up, we can only put them down. And then we've got a 12-volt plug there. And as we can see, we've got lights on both sides with a sunshade. We do get a little bit of more storage underneath here. So it is a little bit of a deeper pocket. So if you need to store more things. But overall, you know what? For a 5-seater electric vehicle, SUV style, I think it's actually not terrible. So we'll close it up. So you push that button and it will close just like that. So one other cool thing when you're back here is you have a Cadillac logo that illuminates on the floor. And that's what you do when you hit unlock there or approach the vehicle. You kick that and the trunk will open, which is a really nice feature to have. And then if you want to close it, all you do, kick that again and it will shut. So it's nice to actually have the logo down there instead of, dancing below your bumper to figure out where that, signal is to open it with your foot. Now that's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look behind the driver at those passenger seats and go over the details. I also just want to thank Applewood Cadillac here in Mississauga, Ontario for allowing me to review this Cadillac. Go see my friend Zach here. He'll hook you up with a great deal. So we'll take a look here at the back seats behind the driver. Same design and layout. We'll start here with the door panel, soft touch here. You got some nice wood trim with speaker there, speaker here. Same type of window and lock controls with your door opener. Nothing here on the door sill. And as we carry up here, same type of material. We got that blue line, nice perforation with some white stitching as well. And then this is obviously what this looks like on the passenger side behind the driver. So same type of design. And then I don't know if you guys can see this here. It says Cadillac too, which I think looks good. But overall, nice place to relax, and it is pretty comfy. And you know, you get a decent amount of room back there. Now I wanted to show you guys also what the inside of a premium looks like. So you get more of a diamond quilted leather seat, which I think looks good on the back side of things. And then also the front. So as we can see here, we get a really nice seat arrangement here with V, also here on the driver's side. And then still speakers in the headrest, which I think look really good. But if you're wanting something a little bit more luxurious, I would say get the premium, because I think the seats look a lot better. That's it for the back here. Let's take a look at the front. So taking a look inside the Cadillac LYRIQ V here on the driver's side of things, we'll start with the door panel. Same type of design here as we can see on the driver's side. We got memory seating with heated and ventilated seats, massage seats, and then your seat adjustments are here. Window and mirror controls here. You get a power folding mirror as well. And then here's that speaker. And then this is your trunk release. Over here, we got a light up V logo there on the door sill. And then as we carry over to the seat, we got your speakers here, and then that same type of material carry throughout the seat. We got some white stitching, which I think looks really nice. So I think it's a really nice seating arrangement here, and the seats are very plush, very comfortable. So that's it before we hop in, guys. Let's take a look inside and go over its options. So we are inside the Cadillac LYRIQ V. We'll start with the steering wheel. We get a really nice thick leather steering wheel. We can see at the top here, it's got the Super Cruise technology. On the left side, this is how you control your Super Cruise here. We got your forward collision alert. Over here is your V mode. So it's for max velocity mode. And then over here on this side, we got your controls here to control, you know, your Bluetooth, your tuning for your radio, and that type of thing. You can also control the screen here, but that's pretty much it here. We got a metal paddle here for your regenerative braking, which is nice. I know, you know, in the other trims you get plastic. This is metal, which I think is a nice detail to add. Now, when it comes to the screen here, it's controlled via these buttons here. You can control, you know, basically your heads up display. So as we can see here, this is your heads up display. So if we click heads up display, you can go to standard, you know, you can go to augmented reality. It's crazy how many options are actually on this. And then you can go to trip, and then you can slide over kind of what you really want. And then here are your light controls. So instead of having a button here for your light controls, you just go here and hit light, and then you can turn them on or put them on auto. Over here on this side here, we've got your parking brake, lane keeping assist, auto hold, and then your dimness for your lights inside. So a lot of things to kind of go over there. Behind the steering wheels, we can see we got your toggle here for your wipers, and then this is your transmission select. At the top here, as we can see, we've got this massive, like I was saying, heads up display there. It is pretty big. It's got a lot of controls on it too. So, you know, there's that, and then we got a speaker there, and then again, there's that dash here. You do get a handle there on the A-pillar on the passenger side, but nothing here on the driver's side. And then over here, like I was saying, I went over that stuff. You know, you get your vents there. Like I said, I think they look really good, and they feel nice when you kind of twist them. So this here is the front screen. You know, it's got a lot of red in there too, as we can see around the screen, which I think is a nice design. Down below here, we have your hotkeys. So if we hit home, this is home. This here will hook up basically different options, you know, for your map and audio. You can hit music, you can hit maps here too, phone, and then here's your charging as well. This here, if you click this will turn the vehicle off, or you can just basically walk out with the keys and lock the car and it will turn off. Over here, you can have the vehicle remain on for 60 minutes. This is your glove box button, as we can see. And then this here is your regenerative braking. You can have it on normal or off. So a lot of things to go over. You can scroll over here too. You've got ambient lighting. Now, one other interesting thing is with the screen, when you hit drive modes here, you're able to go through different modes. So you got tour, sport, snow ice, my mode, and then V mode. You can change different modes here. So, you know, acceleration, motor, sound, which You know, you're gonna have an interesting sound when you put it on, you know, ST mode or V mode. But, you know, it's just gonna come down to really your preference. So really interesting to have that there. The car will park itself. You can control your climate up here too. Audio controls here as well, you know, more light controls. Just gonna depend on really what you want. It does have really good camera quality settings. So right here, obviously we're inside the showroom, so we've got the front, we've got the overhead and the back, side profile cameras. You know, it's just gonna depend, like I was saying, where you're going, right? So that's pretty cool. The nice thing is too with the front here is you actually have climate control buttons, and I think a lot of people still like to have buttons when they at least play with their climate control. It is dual zone. You can control it via here, or if we scroll over here, we can go to climate there, and then you can control via the screen, and also you can control, you know, your front and your rears too. So really cool to have there. There is no push button start. You just kind of get in the vehicle and hit the brake, and the car will turn on. Now underneath here we do get kind of like a jewelry box here to put stuff, and the nice thing is it is kind of like a nice leather in here, I would say, or soft touch. So if you got some stuff in here that you don't want to ruin, it would be good to put that in there. We can see we've got, you know, a USB-C down here with some more storage underneath, as we can see with the Cadillac name right there, which I think is really nice. And then over here, if I'll move over, we've got a nice floating center console. This dial is used to control the screen as well. So if you don't want, you know, to get fingerprints on the screen, you can use this dial. And then here are some hotkeys with your volume tuning knob right there. We've got your cup holders here. We've got wireless charging here with another USB-C. And as we lift this up here too, we've got more things down here. We've got your USB-C 12-volt plug there. And that's pretty much it for that. As we go up here, we've got your rear vision camera, which you can turn on or off. We've got your hazards there, OnStar, and then this here is your moonroof control. So that's really it, guys, for the inside. I gotta say, the inside of the LYRIQ, you know, regardless of the V model or not, I think it's a really nice place to kind of hang out and relax for a long drive. It is beautiful, and I do have to say it is pretty luxurious. So that's really it for the inside, guys. Let's go over this window sticker I have here and go over its options. All right, guys. The window sticker didn't have anything on it, but we've got a price here of 102,345 Canadian for a 2026 Cadillac LYRIQ V, an Applewood Cadillac here in Mississauga, Ontario. And these are really the options on it. So the exterior carbon fiber package is going to add a total $7,125, and then freight. So everything else here on it looks like it's standard, but that is pretty much it, guys, for the Cadillac LYRIQ V. Let me know what you think about the car in the comments. You know, do you think it's worth $103,000? You know, what other options could you get out there for a, you know, sport electric SUV for 100 grand? So that concludes this video, and we will see you in the next one. Cheers.